So, okay, so, Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhi Tamastuma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today we are here this evening and the topic is a very interesting topic what Swamiji wanted to preach to the world. That the topic is the
message of fearlessness.
Message of fearlessness in the Upanishad. Yeah. So this is the contribution of Swami Vivekananda. Actually, Upanishad talks about freedom. Upanishads or Vedanta. As you know, Vedanta is the end part of the, or culmination part of that Vedic wisdom. And religion starts with fear. Look at that. When in early days, when we are in Stone Age, people used to live in those period of time, they used to look at the nature and see the stupendous nature with lightning, thunderbolt, and there used to be no home, no protection. So they used to think that there is some power behind this nature. So they used to think, being fearful, they used to propitiate God. I think that we will offer sacrifice, we will do this. Oh Lord, please be peaceful, help us. So fear element. Religion started with fear in the history of mankind that we find in a real life. Say hurricane, storm, fire, nature's tremendous nature's opposing forces working. Survival was a question. How to survive in life from animals, from dinosaurs and all these things is a really frightening thing. So in the early days, in all religion starts with fear. In the Old Testament you will find they are worshipping God always with fear. In our Upanishad it says, Ma Hing Shi, O Lord, don't feel antagonistic to us. Please protect us. I am your child. Like that, all types of prayer we find very common, even in the Vedic culture. In the Vedas, these are mentioned in the Karma Kanda area, and therefore we find that fear. Religion started with fear, but religion ends in fearlessness. We start our life in fear. See, when we find even people don't believe in God or anything, when they are facing some deeper challenge, even now today, out of fear, they say, oh my God, it comes out spontaneously. That means they are feeling that there's something or some entity who can make me fearless, who can take me beyond the doubts of duality and suffering. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, freedom is the song of the soul. Freedom. Freedom from all troubles, turmoils, control. Upanishad teaches us the sound of fearlessness. That's why Upanishad becomes a powerful instrument to remove all doubts and confusion and also as all fears from the life. Vidyante hridaya granthi chiddante sarva sansaya kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishtit paravari. When that para avara, the supreme reality, one can see, visualize, experience, then is all doubts about that I am free, I am eternal, I am birthless. That concept all doubt about that goes away. Vidyante hridaya granthi, all the knots. Knots means the knot between the permanent and impermanent, not between the two realities, my eternal reality and temporal reality. This conscious and unconscious entity. So all these dualities, they have been tied up together in our life. We see that's why the world of suffering, we don't see the freedom. So when one realizes that truth, Upanishad declares, Vidyante hridaya granthi, the knots of the heart get cut asunder. Siddhante sarva samsaya. Really, I am this? Am I controlled by the nature? Am I everything dependent on whatever happens outside? Am I a helpless guy? This type of doubt goes away. Vidyante hridaya granthi chiddante sarva samsaya. All the doubts about my divine entity, which the sages are talking about, which our gurus also give us this idea that in your heart is the Lord seated there. No? Who thinks, if I think that in my heart is the Lord, what fear is there? If we know that some powerful people is behind me, and do I care for the troubles of life? I say, no, somebody will take care. Look at like the children, when they look at their mom, and mom is there, the child is free. When mom is not there, then they cry. And when mom is there, they know, any trouble comes, their mom will come. So that type of freedom comes, that type of confidence comes. So chiddante sarva samsaya. All doubts go away when you see. Vidyante hridaya granthi, chiddante sarva samsaya, kshiyante chas asya karmani. We are born here because of our karma. That karma, the bond of karma, which has brought us into the life and death circle, that is cut asunder. So what happens? Then you become free. That's why spiritually life means freedom. But it is to be understood, freedom is not license. Freedom means freedom of the soul. The soul will feel I am not bound by anything. Nothing can harm me. External situation can come. It can affect my body. It can affect my mind. I may lose money, I may lose house, but that cannot touch me, what is inside. Look at that story of the ancient time, Alexander visiting India, and not visiting, conquering India. He went to see the special thing of India. What is that? A monk. Penniless monk who has no wealth, prosperity. He has a naked guy with a coconut and having sunbath and lying in a rock. No home, no money, no power, material thing, nothing. And when Alexander requested him, "Sir, I want you to come to my palace. I will keep you with honor and respect. You are such a person." He said that, "Why are you bothering me? Get out of my way. I am having my son back." And Alexander naturally got upset. But what? The naked folk, he dares to talk to me? I am the Emperor Alexander? And he took out his sword. "Do you know I can kill you?" Then what happened? That holy man, what he said? He burst into laughter and said, "You, Alexander, you are the worst liar in the world. You kill me? You can kill my body. The fire cannot burn me. The air cannot dry me. Water cannot wet me. You can destroy the body, but I am birthless, deathless." See? That is the message of the Upanishad. It teaches us fearlessness. Even physically, you may lose your everything, but you cannot take your divine, eternal entity. We have forgotten that. That's why we are fearful. we lose that identity. That's why we are fearful. But Swami Vivekananda's another instance, no? While he was wandering days going through a deep forest, in the deep forest he was walking and he heard a sound, and that sound is someone is saying, "So hum, I am that, I am that." And then he intently observed that there is a tiger who have caught one gentleman or sadhu in the jaws or the mouth and just put the body on his back and going to eat somewhere. Last moment, at that point, the sadhu has practiced such discipline and such conviction. At the jaws of death he is saying, "So aham, I am that, I am that." What is that power? At the jaws of death, the tiger catching the neck and going to eat, at that point can you say, "I am that, I am not the body"? Is it not a voice of freedom? The Upanishad teaches us that voice of freedom. That's the beauty of Upanishad. And Vedanta teaches us that you are fearful because you think this much is yours. Because you think that you are limited by your mind, little petty mind emotion. And someone strikes there, you get broken down into tears. No? How can he say like that? How can he treat me like that? Huh? What has happened? Someone is treated where? In your soul, or in your body, or in your mind, or in emotion? All these can be manipulated. Our body can be manipulated by giving me little poison. The young children are now given drugs. In the food or something, put drug, you will be intoxicated. No? You can control me. You can control my emotion. By just saying something strong, abusive word, or with a sweet word, you can I have different reaction. But if I understand I am not this body, not this mind, then who can create any reaction in me? I am free. It's my freedom. So this is the Upanishad, which teaches Upanishad this grand philosophy, that we have to believe that we are not the limited body and mind. This limited body-mind is restricting our identity, and we being trained to think that I am the body-mind, so I am suffering all the life, all through our life, all the suffering, because of our wrong identification. Our identification should go to what is inside, which is really a birthless and deathless entity. But birthless and deathless entity we do not know. We are not aware of it. So Upanishad, that's why it says, Swamiji's beautiful word, rise, awake, stop not, till the goal is reached. Where do we get it? Upanishad. No? Uttishtata, jagrata, prapyo, varan nibodhata. No? Get out of your sleep. Uttishtata means sit. No? You are lying, sit. Lying from what? You are lying in ignorance. Sit up. Get up from that slumber of ignorance. Uttishtata, jagrata. Don't doze anymore. Don't put yourself into sleep mood anymore. Jagrata. Awaken. Be awakened. Awaken in your inner dignity, in your inner consciousness, in your inner sublimity. There is something in you. You don't know. You have not tapped that area. Jagrata. So, Uttishtata. Lying in sleep. Get up first. Even we sleep, what happens in our early morning? When we get up, then what we do? After some time, we lie down here, still. We get up, but still we prefer to lie down. That is the nature of slumber, tamas. Tamas quality takes us to make us to lie down. Even little waking comes, and then we again fall into slumber. And then, but wake up, Jagrata. Uttishtata Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nivodhata. Prapya means getting, receiving, realizing that Vara, the Sestra, the highest. Stop not. Stop not till you reach the goal. That's the beautiful message of the Upanishad. Uttishtata Jagrata. Prapya Varan. Uttishtata Jagrata. Prapya Varan Nivodhata. So, this is the message of the Upanishad. And that makes a person strong, powerful, and gives the strength to fight in the life's day-to-day problem. Every day we cry. We face challenges and we cry and weep. Rabindranath Tagore says what? তুমি অশেষ করেছো কি? অশেষ করেছো? কি what is that? আমার অশেষ করেছো। এমনই কৃপাতো। তার মানে you have made me অশেষ। অশেষ, that's why it is grace of God. In a devotional term we call grace. But what is grace? To make you infinite, no shes, there is no end. You make me understand I am beginningless, endless. That's Vedanta. তোমা হতে যাবে হইয়ে বিমুখ আপনার পানে চায় না হে পূর্ণ তব চরণেরও কাছে যাহা কিছু সব আছে 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 In you, the full, you are the infinite, you are the embodiment of all unlimited reality. Purna. Purna means full. Purna means Brahman, we call it. But there is no lack of anything. He Purno, Tabu Charanero Kache. He's very poetically he's asking at the feet of you. Huh? There is no feet, there is no tail, there is no head. If it is Purna, it is full. Full means cannot be too full. One, infinity cannot be two. So Tuma, and in that infinity, if I awake, then there is no suffering, there is no death, there is no bereavement. No? এই পূর্ণ তব চরণের কাছে যাহা কিছু সব আছে 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 নাই নাই ভাব সে শুধু আমারই Oh, I am nothing, oh, I am weak, oh, I am poor, oh, I am this. It is all because you think this is you. তোমা হতে যাবে হইয়ে বিমুখ, when I turn myself to your eternal infinity, that is Brahman, that is Atman, and I don't look at that side, I only look at this, and then I cry. তোমারও অসীমে প্রাণ মন নিয়ে যত দূর আমি যাই কোথাও দুঃখ কোথাও মৃত্যু কোথাও বিচ্ছেদ নাই in your infinitude if I move that is Vedanta we live in petty little thing অল্প লইয়া থাকি I live with a petty thing little thing I think this is mine this is me expand yourself তোমার অসীম in your infinitude যত দূর আমি যাই as much as I go there cannot be any separation বিচ্ছেদ there cannot be any death there cannot be any bereavement if there is only one where is the question of bereavement bereavement comes when I am separate you are separate and if I die or you die then you say oh my friend is gone my mom is gone, my dad is gone, my whatever, my friend, relative, whatever. No? But when I think that I am here, I am there. So who will go to where if it is one? Only the waves and ripples can go. Ripples can come up, no? On the surface of ocean. Infinite number of ripples can come up. And infinite number of ripples can go down. But what happens? Who dies? Who comes? Because we are in the one infinite ocean. So that is the message of the Upanishad. To raise our consciousness from this fearful life to fearless life. Spirituality, as you know, you are progressing in spiritual life. Many times we say, oh, what is the sign of our spiritual life? Spiritual life means you become fearless day by day. Not It is not that egotistic idea of fearlessness. Oh, I don't care, who are you, I am much better than. Then you are again trapped into the little ego circle. But you go back to your eternal dignity, where you and me, and you see that everyone is a spark of the same divine. As the spark is here, there is the same spark. So, then Vedanta always teaches us to be bold. And Upanishad is a PowerPoint. Not PowerPoint, what you call nowadays, you understand. Source of all power. In that respect, Vedanta, our Atman, is the source of all power. Tremendous power, tremendous energy. Look at that, I've given two examples. One, if you can be like that, at the jaws of death you will say, I am that. The body, the tiger will eat the body. Tiger body eating the man body. That's okay. It's made of 5 elements. Another 5 elements we eat. People take fish, chicken. You are eating what? You are taking another flesh. Flesh versus flesh. Those who are taking vegetarian, what they are eating? They are also taking flesh. Fruits, this, that. One flesh into another flesh. The question is that this is the body. But in the soul, who can touch? In the beautiful music just you sang. Akriti adham boleo to me, kam kore kichu dauni. Being, I am most unworthy, still, oh Lord, you have not given anything less. And Jadiyechu, what you have given, you have never taken away from me. Or what is the next line? Phireche dekhi, what is that line?
I thought that you have left me, but when I turned back,
I see that you have not moved even an inch. That is the point. I think that I am away from God. I am helpless.
Yeah.
But in times of turmoils and troubles, when you just feel, yes, that power is behind me. Truth is that we cannot live for a second without that connection of that power. Dead body and this, what is the difference? My hand is moving, my mouth is talking. Because of what? Because of consciousness behind, no?
Mm-hmm.
Eyes will remain, hand will remain, a dead body. If someone dies now, what will happen? Everything is here now. Nothing will work. How it is working now? Because there is some connection of consciousness, which you call God, which you call Atman, which you call Brahman, which you call Satchidananda. And that connection is there. So at the back of me, I thought that, oh, Lord has left me, but He is always supporting that. Without His support, we cannot exist. I cannot exist. I cannot talk. I cannot see. I cannot feel. I cannot feel suffering. I cannot feel joy. Bereavement, pain, nothing is possible. It's only because here is that that support of the consciousness is behind every one of us. So if we go back to that awareness, then it keeps us freedom. Anything happens in the body, it's body suffering. That's why Guru Maharaj and others used to say, I am not the body. Anything happening to the body, it is body's affair. Anything happening, difficulty in your car, you should have to. Yes, you feel difficulty because you are the owner of the car. You are riding the car and the car does not move properly, then it makes trouble for you. That's true. This body does not cooperate most of the time when we are sick or when we are having some difficult health hazard. No? But this is happening in the car. That's why you put it to doctors. And they fix it, as in a car repair shop. So, modern science proves that this body is a car. No problem. Even psychological change is what happens in our mind. That's also a physical thing. Mind is physical now. That's why with medicine, with some words, it can be manipulated. No? But your Atman cannot be manipulated. And you are that. You are not this. So,
Maharaj, can I ask some clarification?
No, keep that question. I'll at the end. So, keep that. I like that question. So, first of all, to understand what the freedom. Freedom is where? Is it freedom? I'll cry every day with my body's little pains and aches and pains. Someone tells me something sweet word, I jump, and my balloon is puffed up. I am so good, I am happy. And tomorrow someone looks at me and says a single word, I am down, and I cry and I weep, and then the road. This is freedom, this is slavery. We are slave of circumstances. That's why Swamiji said. What is the beautiful expression? Each soul is potentially divine. No? The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, internal and external, external and internal. So do this either by work, selfless work, or worship, puja, bhajan, work or worship, or psychic control, meditation, or philosophy, this analytical one. Are you body, are you mind? Where the suffering is coming? Can you not detach from it? You have the power to detach. You don't want to detach. That's why you suffer. Who can give you the freedom? Freedom is yours. You have to assert that. That's why Swamiji says, do this either by work or worship or psychic control, by philosophy, by one. Take any one path you like. You are a bhakta, you are a jnani. Take whatever you like. Or all of this. Be a bhakta in the morning, be a jnani in the noontime, be a meditator in the night time, whatever. Take all this and be free. That is the whole of religion. And Upanishad teaches us that idea. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Don't go into slumber of ignorance anymore. That's why Upanishad says, etad vaitad. This is that. That Atman is this. Etad vaitad. Katha talks about that. Upanishad, Isha Vashyam Idakam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagatena Tyaktena Unjita Magrida Kasya Siddharam. You need not have to steal anyone's property. What? People are doing that all day, no? Rich people, what they do? They steal the property of the poor people. No? Billionaires will be billionaires. But the poor people will have to pay the tax and they will lose their house and everything. Because that is the fate of them. So it is stealing. But this is not right. Magrida. Kasya Siddhanam. Not be tempted to anyone's property to make it your own. Because Isha Vashyam. The whole world you see, you just cover it with the consciousness of God. Everywhere is God. Every being, every reality is that which is here. Isha Vashyam, Idagam, Sarvam, all this. Yat Kincha, whatever, Jagatyam, Jagat. In this world, in this Jagat, in this world, Jagatyam. Jagatyam means which is changing. You see what is static here. Everything is changing. What was in the morning, in the evening changes. People say, the morning they make a deal, afternoon they come back, no, I have changed my mind. Isn't it? No. In business world, in political world, everywhere it is happening. This morning contract breaks in the evening. So, this is the word. Therefore, Ishavashyam idam sarvam yat kincho, whatever you find in this world, Jagat, Jagatyam is changing, whatever is changing. Cover it. What is this unchanging entity behind it? That is the Isha. Isha means Ishvara, or Isha means he who regulates everything, or it is called the consciousness. Rabindranath Tagore's life was changed with this verse, Isha Vashyam. That one sentence changed his whole life. Isha Vashyam idakam sarvam. So see, diversity will fall in our eyes because we live in duality. But see that oneness, the background of all this diversity. That is the Upanishadic teaching. And that gives the freedom. Then you need not have to covet anyone's property. You need not have to look on a contemptuous attitude to anything because you know it is me. I want to grab something because I know I am separate and I have not this thing. But if I know that this is here, that is here, that is here, everything is me, in my bigger eye, not this little eye, in the bigger eye we are all connected together, no? That is called Brahman, that is called Atman. So Upanishad teaches us, stand on that platform. Therefore try to give up that which is non-essential. Non-essential is we get attracted to non-essential, the outer name and form and power and position. But what power is behind, which is making everyone do every action, we forget that. Even a good person, goodness will not be possible if the consciousness is not there. No? Suppose a evil person, that evil activity is not possible unless the consciousness is behind. This light, it can be bright, clean white light, it may be red light, it may be blue light. But behind, all the street lights, what are the light? Same bulb is behind, no? Glass is, they call yellow, blue or whatever. Red yellow. So this is the only difference. But who looks behind will be able to conquer freedom because he has nothing to lose. He will or she will understand nothing to lose, nothing to gain. I am everywhere. I don't hate myself. Swami Sarvadevananda said. No? Suppose, let us say, common example, when sometimes inadvertently you are eating or you are doing something, your teeth bites your tongue. So do you take a hammer to hit the tooth? Hey, better. You touch my tongue? You don't do that. Because teeth is yours. Tongue is also yours. How you adjust. It's a painful experience. Everyone does occasionally. But they don't go with anger, with animosity, with giving a revenge. But because why you don't do? It's me. It's my teeth, my tongue. I am here, I am here, I am there. So when that freedom comes, when that we understand, that is here is the same reality, inside. Only covering is, as I said, darker covering, brighter covering, tamasa quality, rajasa quality, sattvika quality. When that is the outer, inside is the same. When you look at the inside, you don't look at the outside. Babies look at the outside. The animal crackers. Babies will like, someone will be, I like the elephant, I like the fish, I like this. But intelligent people will say that it is the same material, whether you like this or that, matters little. We are eating the same thing. So if we understand, that's the realized people do understand, and there is the freedom. Because no one can frighten you. The tiger form is the form, but material is the same dough. That is the fish is the fish. It is not separate from that. Material is the same. Constituent material is the same. You are constituted by the same material as I am constituted by the same material, covered by my body, mind, emotion, ego. These are the outer coverings. And all the coverings are little different because impacted by the three gunas. So the light from inside brightly manifest or darker manifestation. And when there is darker manifestation, good people get frightened from them. When there is a brighter manifestation, we feel comfort because they are holy people, they are good people, they are religious people, they are spiritual people. Why the world is full of this nonsense thing? There is no explanation. The world is like that. So Vedanta teaches us to live in the world and how to live fearlessly. How to be very strong to live in the life, face every challenges, knowing that your inner reality, no one can touch it. Nothing can be done there. No change is possible in the infinite. Every change is possible in the finite. That's why we are always hit by the bodily changes, mental changes, intellectual changes, emotional changes, egotistic changes. Our all fight goes in this five level. There is no fight in the internal level. That's why all the sages and saints of the world talk about the same reality, same truth, same reality. Well, say, look at the Upanishad you are talking about, look at Nachiketa. Nachiketa is going to the house of Jama, the god of death. For what? To knowing this secret.
Yeah.
What is that truth? Then Jama wanted to divert his attention. Don't ask such serious question, no? You eat, sleep, drink, be merry. Why are you inquiring into the deeper depth of understanding what is behind? But that boy was so strong and hold on to truth. He wanted to know, to become fearless. Abhayam vai janakosi prapta. In the Upanishad you will find that Janaka, you have attained to that freedom, state of freedom. Abhaya, fearlessness. The whole spiritual life is to become fearless. So any spiritual practice you are doing, if it makes you fearless, fearless means any challenge comes, matters little. It will go ahead. What is there in it? It has come many times, many forms. This is coming in another form. I have faced them. This body, mind level it is happening. But in my real sense, nothing is happening, nothing can happen. The king Janaka was in his court and there is a fire in his palace. And he was talking with the sadhus, saints, about the Atman, about the self and the nature of the self, etc. And then somebody reported, then Janak says, Mithilayam pradagdhayam name dajshati kinchana. See, even my whole Mithila gets burned into ashes. Pradagdha. Name dajshati kinchana. Nothing is being burnt in me. Nothing can be lost. Because I am Atman. What is this? So, it is too extreme an example how we can be detached like that. If we come to the application, you can find in the life of Holy Mother the same detachment. You can find in Ramakrishna's life. You can find in Swami Sarvadevananda's life and Swami Turiyananda's life. These are the examples before us. Ramana Maharshi's life. No? You can find that there is that, it is a state, it can be attained. And the old stories I have given you, two grand stories, no? The man, this monk in the jaw of tiger's mouth and can say, so aham, I am that. How much they have practiced. Even thinking will be, our hearts start palpitation. We only can see tiger behind the bar. But if tiger comes before us, our all Brahma Gyan will go away. Because we are fearful. And become fearless matters little. But this body we have incarnated in the body, how many? 8.4 million times. Churasi? Lokko. 8.4 million times we have taken. So, million times they have eaten. When I was in a fish, somebody ate me. When I was a man in the forest, the tiger ate, or the lion ate. So, that is so this whole world is like that. But who have been eaten by whom? Panchabhuta has eaten the Panchabhuta. The five elements has eaten the five elements. So, if this is going on, so why to worry about anything in this world to be so serious? Let us, yes, things come, we have to do our best, but stand on the teachings of the Upanishad and be free. This is the whole of religion. Swamiji said, in the same quotation I mentioned before, but it said ultimately that doctrine, rituals and forms, doctrines and temples and churches, these are all but secondary details. Freedom is the point. Reach freedom and feel that you are indomitable, absolute, unchangeable reality which no one can control it. You are the master of the whole universe. So that strength comes to the Upanishad. Upanishad is a roaring lion's courage. Swamiji wanted that idea, that Vedanta should penetrate into our heart. We may live in the world, but we should know how to live. Upanishad teaches us how to live fearlessly. Fearlessly, knowing that there is support for me. In a dualistic example, as you said, if I know my mom is there, that's a dualistic prayer. He said, I know there is nobody but my mother is there, divine mother is protecting me. Or you say Ramakrishna is protecting me, or Krishna is protecting me, or Shiva is protecting me. There's whoever thinks whatever way God. But the point is that ultimately, why are you thinking protecting? That is the fearless state. We all want that fearless state. And Upanishad is always guiding us to move in that direction. Okay? So we can quote from different Upanishads, but this is the glory of the Atman, and if we identify ourselves in that Atman consciousness, then it makes the life easier. We can handle the problems much easier. Not that you will not be affected by the troubles of life. Situation will come. It will just try to knock me out of my balance. No? But still, if you know it and practice this, that there is an indomitable strength in me, there is the power which nothing can withdraw from me. If we know that, and then when trouble comes, you can face it courageously. And you can think that it will pass. What will happen? Something will happen in the body. Something will happen in your mind. But body and mind are not you. So, why to bother about that? How many times you see the functioning of your mind, ups and downs of your mind? How many times it is getting excited, how many times it is going to very lost mood or depressed mood. So try to feel that yes, these cannot touch you. You are much higher than them. So if this faith comes, and Upanishad, as much as we read Upanishad, it talks about that no, you should not be limited by this. You are much bigger than that. Etavanasya mahima atojjaya gunscha. This is the mahima, greatness of the divine self. It is Jayan Pritibhyo, Jayan Antariksham. That truth is greater than this earth, greater than this Prithivi, Jayan Pritibhi, Jayan Antariksham, in interspace is much better than, bigger than, like that. And ultimately, but though it is so wonderful, but when we go, someone gets a little bit of that experience. At the point, they feel really lost and they get frightened. Some people who have a little glimpse of this non-dualistic experience, they get frightened. Swami Vivekananda, when Ramakrishna touched him and gave this experience of oneness, this apparent division is vanishing. He said, everything is rotating and going into void as it were. Void means this appearance as I see, this became insignificant. This is all dropping. And he's seeing that background one infinite consciousness. And there comes the fear. That's why our Upanishad says, Abhaye Bhayadarsana. There should not be fear in that reality of the infinite. But we are so limited. We have always thought, I am this. Suppose you imagine yourself. Suppose you are dropped in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. What will you feel? I am lost, I am gone, I am dead, no? Yeah. Because I am so tiny and this is so vast. And how shall I survive there? How shall I swim? How many moments I can swim there? No? That's why we, living in this limited concept, think of this infinite, we get afraid. But that's why everyday spiritual practice, every day to teach, who am I? What is my real identity? I may live in the body, I may live in this mind, condition of my mind, but I am something beyond. So if we hammer this thought of the Upanishadic thought, then day by day inner strength comes. And then when that's why regular spiritual practice is very important. You may say, what is the need of my japa? Why should I do japa? Why do meditation? If you don't do, you do not know your inner strength, you don't grow in your inner strength. You will not be frightened in that state. You will know, wow, wonderful, the body will die. What is there? I am that infinite, I merge in the infinite. If you are prepared to have that. But how many people are ready for that? So, but Upanishad, like our mother, tries to guide us slowly to reach that level of fearlessness. But now we can have some question. Yes.
Maharaj, you should just pardon me. I have some hearing problem. One which probably you mentioned this, I didn't hear it properly, but I'll make it clear now. Once Swamiji was wandering and he was feeling extremely hungry for 2-3 days. He sat under a tree and there appeared a tiger. He said, "You are hungry, you can eat me. I am hungry, I cannot eat you." That's what he thought about. You think at that time, he said, let the body go, I am different.
Yeah, that is the great example, because he, seeing the tiger, what will be our fear, our situation? You are hungry 2-3 days, you are helplessly sitting under a tree, and suddenly you appear that there is tiger approaching. Then first thought came that I am also hungry, and this tiger is also hungry. And he said, what is my life? I am a wandering monk, I cannot do any good to anybody. But if the tiger, now hungry, if he gets this body, he will enjoy this body, at least it will be happy. So to be at least make one tiger happy is the goal of my life. So let the tiger eat me. Because it is not the body concept anymore.
Yes.
What an indomitable power. That is the power of the Upanishadic meditation and thinking. Yes, that is possible. People can think like that. Not only that, there is a story, Swami Sarvadevananda. Swami Sarvadevananda is Ramakrishna and Vivekananda's disciple. He was in the Mayavati. And Mayavati, now even it is tiger infested. Not now it is so many population, so it is much less. But when I am talking about 1900, 2-3 like that. So Mrs. Xavier, Swami Vivekananda's disciple, and Mr. Xavier, they moved to Mayavati to fulfill the mission of Swami Vivekananda. Two British ladies, it is a remarkable thing, going into the deep forest like that, endangering their life, they are sitting there to fulfill the mission of Swami Vivekananda. And Mrs. Xavier was like a mother on the other sadhus and brahmacharis, because they are Vivekananda's disciples. And she is also inspired by Vivekananda, both of them. And she was elderly, so used to look after everyone. So one day, after a whole day's work, Swami Sarvadevananda, disciple of Vivekananda, you can find his life in the 13 life of the 13 disciples of Swami Vivekananda. There is a book. There he said that he used to do the work whole day, and at the end of the day, he will go and under a tent, he used to sit there and meditate. It's cold, but still they have love for meditation so much. So one day he was meditating and a tiger approached. And he opened the eyes. He saw the tiger and tiger saw him, See the situation. You are meditating somewhere and the tiger came just in front of you. What will be your condition? I could not believe what shall I do or would have been done. What would I do during that mood? But he remained steady and he was meditating and that eyes open. He looked like towards the eyes of the tiger. The tiger looked at him quite a few moments, looking at each other's eyes. What happened, God knows. The tiger pulled down his head and went back. So this happened, and then still he was doing the same practice, no? And this Mrs. Xavier, and then hearing this, she was so upset. She said, "You cannot do that from tomorrow. I will give some money, build a wooden box, or what you call the cabin. We call cabin, wooden cabin, and I will give the money, and then you do meditation there." And still now that cabin is there. It's called Sarvadevananda Kutia. It's a cabin. Just you can lie down, maybe 6 feet, 8 feet by 4 feet by 5 feet, like that. But it was a place he used to sit there and meditate. But that was made for his protection. But you see, they also saw the tiger. But they didn't run away. They didn't enter into panic because of the inner strength. Because of this day and night thinking, I am that big. If you think 10 times, see, if you say, I am not the body, I am the Atman, see, you will be feeling so big about it. Because we are always limited in this identity. And you say, and also another example is that if one can think of others, identity expands. You think of some poor person in the street, you automatically, your eye extends to that person. That's why it said, if you can think of others, if you can do good to others, always think others, then your heart will expand. And that expansion will make you real Vedanta student. That's why service to others is one of the greatest means to reach this concept of Vedanta. Expand. Somebody said, expansion is life, expansion is life. Contraction is death. When you contraction means I contract myself to this body and mind. This is me only. Anything happen to me, I am upset with that. Anything happen to you, okay, you suffer. You are karma. But why to me? Always I complain, why to me? But that is the lack of experience. But if we can expand ourselves, no? Say mother feels, even she is not in good condition, but the baby is suffering, mother suffers more. Is it not? It's a gross example. Why? There are thousands of babies. Mother is not thinking of every baby. But my baby versus another baby. Another baby, mother also will think another baby, He'll say, a little sympathy. But my baby is suffering. You cannot just say, You will give your life for the baby's good. No? See how we can expand yourself into the baby. So expand like that. And then as you expand, you become infinite. So you become fearless. As you contract, you think you are limited. So be fearless. Somebody's major voice, and be fearless. Don't be afraid. There are some beautiful poems by Swami Vivekananda. He said, my shadow, I cannot fear. It's me everywhere. So how can I be afraid of anyone? Unless you think he's your enemy. If someone is my enemy, means I am somebody and there is an enemy different from me. So separation is creating our fear. Unity. See, given a gross example. When some boy or a girl falls in love with each other, do they fear about themselves? That love unites, no? Seeing the identity, expansion of myself into the other, that bringing them together, an expansion of the heart is happening. Same two people, suppose got into fight, nowadays you hear many places. Someone is coming to come to kill someone. No? What is there? What is happening? Separation. Even such a nasty mind is created that killing that other person, I will be happy. So, my wish is not fulfilled, therefore I can kill you. So, you see, contraction. When it is expansion, see, so much joy, so much freedom, so much love. When contraction, just opposite. Taking away the freedom of other, controlling other. So the life should be of all freedom. Freedom means inclusiveness. Freedom means joining together. Aditya, now your subject, you say some question. No?
Can't think of anything, Maharaj.
He doesn't have fear. You can frighten him. You can frighten him.
Now this is a very interesting subject. Now, how to be fearless. Not in the arrogant sense. I have 2 guns, I am much more fearless than you have 1 gun. That is not what we are talking about. I am nothing, but I don't care for, I don't fear anything. There is nothing to lose. This body, I will have to give up one day. What's the point? Who is holding the body forever? Tell me. So Vedanta gives this understanding. Body is, today it will go, tomorrow it will go. But it is a physical entity, it will come and go. That which is the birth will have an end. Huh? If anything is born, it will decay. So if that will go today or tomorrow, why it is important? Why I am losing insight, which does not go, which does not come. That's why our values should be put in a different direction. We put values to the really mundane, forgetting what is our eternal substance inside. Life has its own demand, it takes away our energy, our focus, but we should have to find it intelligently to understand this and work in the life so that our suffering becomes less and we can enjoy the freedom in every state of life. Though difficult, but that is the way. All the sages and saints have followed that path. So it will not be different for you or me. Salpam apiyasya dharmasya trayati mahatobhayat. This salpam means alpam. Apiyasya dharmasya. This dharma which you are talking about, this spirituality, this knowing who am I, this expansion of myself. Salpam apiyasya dharmasya. If you practice trayate, it redeems you, takes away, you take away from your eternal bondage. Trayate mahatobhayat. Mahatbhaya, great fear. Great fear of what? Great fear of losing, great fear of dying. We die every day 100 times before our real death. See, one day we will die, no? But look at our life. How we are every day frightened. Even I was running in the morning and the plane. Oh my God, shall I miss the plane? And it's panic. What is that? Nonsense. If you miss one plane, another plane will be there. What will happen? Can I not come in the lunch? What will happen? You don't have lunch. You will purchase something and eat. Why make it big thing? Why not settle your mind, I am infinite? Take that opportunity and expand yourself. So these are the practical application, opportune moment. When we are facing little obstacle, that is the moment. Hammer it. Bring out. What will happen? Look at that. Every time we get frightened, analyze. What will happen?
Yeah.
What will happen? I will die.
Yeah, right.
So I will die any day. What is the point? If my fate is there to die, I will die here.
That is
If it is not, then you have to die and then you come back. People do that. Doctor said the other day, Pankaj. Pankaj goes to, Washington DC. Anyhow, there is a long time devotee, Narendra Puri, for the very beginning, at the starting point of Narendra Puri, South Lokesh Sarvadevananda time. He was the very first batch of that before Narendra Puri that. He suddenly felt that he is gone to sudden stroke or something, and almost gone. And now it's coming back. Even who knows, tomorrow doctors say, hey, it's not. But the body will go. 2 days before and after. In my body, it is to go this moment or that moment. So why should we not face those opportune moments to think that I am not the body. Body will go. If it goes today, what is the difference? Today or tomorrow? In the infinite time, is there any value? If I die today, or if I die after 10 years, 10 years will be most trouble. More aches and pains will come, and more heart, lungs, kidney, brain, stroke, these, that will trouble, no? So, not to be afraid. Maranare tuhu mamo syama sama. See, these are the attitudes. Maranare, look at the death. Be fearless. Tuhu mamo syama sama. As if Lord Shama, Krishna, is coming to embrace me. No? Think like that. And then you become fearless. No? See, even the 9/11 days, no? People who went with a when in 9/11, when you see that the Twin Tower they're hitting, at that time they are being told like that, that this is Allah's work you are doing, if you do, you will go to heaven or something. And they are happy to die. People doing nonsense things in the name of God, and if we think that I am divine, what is the wrong in it? The body will die, what is the problem in it? So this is a greater challenge, and we can get the strength, spiritual strength inside. Yes, the body has its own way, mind has its own way, but I am neither devotee nor the mind, because I am behind the mind. All your imagination possible because there is somebody. When you go to deep sleep, see, that is mind. Your mind is there in your deep sleep.
Mind is sleeping too.
Sleeping. Then the mind is not functional. If you put me to sleep, then I am dead. You know? So mind is sleeping, means mind is not functioning. Mind has been put to sleep. When doctors do their operation, what they do? Chemo, or what you call? Anesthesia. When they give the anesthesia, and within counting 1, 2, 3, 4, bomb, gone. And then what happens? They do tremendous thing in the body. They cutting the ribs, taking out this and blood and this and staple, tying, cleaning. What things they do? Do you feel it? Not because your mind is not there. They have made your mind just sleep forcefully. Yeah. And that's why you don't feel the pain. Similarly, why not if I know the mind can be transcended another way? It is transcending the mind by pulling it to sleep. Mind has a range, no? Below, there is no mind's function. And above, there is no function of mind. In between. When we are awakened, and when you are imagining, when you are dreaming, this range is your mind's range. When you go to sleep, there is nothing. You go to samadhi, mind is nothing. So, to pay attention to what is unchanging, what gives the power to the mind to think, that we have to assimilate, and that takes us to the state of fearlessness. So, tishtata, jagrata, prapya param nibodhata. Arise, awake, and stop not. That is the message Swamiji has used to say. Don't stop till you reach the goal. What is the goal? Fearlessness. Absolute fearlessness. Nothing can create any terror. Nothing can create any charano tolivena, hidayo golivena, kaharo akulo krondane. When that state will be attained in a devotional term. Who is crying for me? Charana tolibe na, hidaya bolibe na, kaharo akulo krandam. A krandam or fear, someone can come with a gun in hand, someone can give you the warmest hug and joy. Nothing will touch because you have reached a level of perfection and fearlessness. Inclusive, all-inclusive joy, all-inclusive love. There is no rejection in that. This fearlessness state is, which is Holy Mother's statement, you can say, make the world your own. That is the same. If you know that everyone is me, whom will you fear? Only you are fearful, you know he is not my friend, he is my enemy. But there is no enemy, there is no friend, it is only he is there. So whom to fear? Okay? Tell him.
Swamiji, I'm starting from the very basic. In a sense, when a man is born, he has a body, mind, and he has a soul. Basic premise. He will have to do things to enrich his body,
Do that.
to enrich his mind.
Do. After doing. We are talking not doing enriching them. Do enrich and make it more rich and expand it. Enriching means to the highest extent.
Right. So, if I enrich my body, it gives me the power to withstand hard.
Do.
Tiger might not be able to eat me if I can run faster than the tiger.
No, you
So
can't do that.
you will have to know certain skill
Do
to
that.
make you living to the world.
But
The ultimate thing to evoke that I am bad, and saying, whatever happens to my body, I'm not scared. It appears to be a sort of sugar-coated.
nah, it is not, you have not understood the point there. Point is that what you are saying, I mean that. It is not for the weak person.
Strong person.
Of course, you will have to take care of your body. You will have to take care of your strong mind to build up, but make it more strong. Physical energy cannot help you at every point. But when you are a very powerful man, you cannot handle a tiger. But death will come. A strong person will die one day. But how to withstand death even there? Other areas, yes, you should have to take care. Eat good food, do exercise, and doing all these things is a basic condition, is
So-
foundation.
You will have to be a man.
Who is saying not? I am saying what you are saying, I am agreeing with you.
So, take me to that point when I will invoke the Shiva Maham, I am that.
It's not necessary now. If you are satisfied here, stay on. But when you will feel that even I have a good body, I have a strong mind, and I had fought with all these things, but still I am afraid to do it. Then you go to another
Right.
stage.
Another stage,
Another higher stage.
Right.
Right. It is not for the weak person. I'm not. If someone takes whatever I have said, it is only for the weak person. It is not for weak people. No. See, it happens with Swami Vivekananda. What a powerful muscle he had. What an indomitable mind he had. But he is transcending that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it not Swami Vivekananda Maharaj said, brave man dies only once, coward dies many times.
He is indicating that. Be brave first. It is not for the coward people. And anyone can say, oh, I am Atman, I don't care. But you are an escapist. Escapism is not spirituality. And that's why it says, be strong physically. Swamiji says, Ashishta, Dradishta, Balishta, Medhavi. You become Ashishta, strong in your body, Dradishta, Dra, confirm in your decision, Ashishta, Garishta, Balishta, Medhavi, top intelligent. Then you will feel, understand. It is not for weak people. Some boys came to join in our Belur Math during Swami Vivekananda's time. And he asked, Maharaj, I want to be monk. They said, hey, can you do what I say? They say, yes, I'll try. If I ask you to go climb this, hey, shuru nage, I'm not going. So when it is climbing up, if I ask you to climb this, what is called, there is probably that was a coconut tree or something, and jump into the Ganga, will you be able to do? He said, yes, sir. Then you stay. He said, if I ask you to jump into the jaws of death, will you be able to do that? Yes. Otherwise you go back. That means it is not for the weak. You should have the capability of withstanding, but that capability will also prove to be insufficient to win over the fear. There are other types of fear. So highest thought is that, that's why Vedanta is sometimes misunderstood, as you have pointed out, very good question. Because people understand, I'm not the body. You do not know what is called body. First enjoy the body, then you say I am not the body. No. You are sick every day and you say I am not the body. Take medicine, take good food, do exercise, get a good body. And then you see how body can give, how much it can give and how much it is a limitation. Then go beyond it. So that is to be understood. Swamiji encouraged everyone to be strong.